Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to wherever you are in the world. My name is Brittany Histing, and I wanted to go live today because I felt inspired to talk about why I've connected so much with the medical medium information and medical medium healing. So the topic of this video is going to be my experiences with medical medium and what I really feel he's bringing to the world. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. So the first thing I wanted to talk about with medical medium is that medical medium he is not a doctor. He hears the spirit of compassion. And so for many people, that's an immediate shutoff. But I think that could be a mistake because there is so much valuable information in his 6 books that he's channeled, as well as all his free information that he offers online, which most of his information is free online. So the first thing I want to say is that medical medium is bringing through tools of healing that allow us to be our own healers. This is a very powerful thing, especially for a society who is currently living in a structure of healing and medicine that really we are not taught to be our own healers. We are taught to give our authority away to other people, doctors, nurses, acupuncturists, alternative practitioners. And so one of the things I really feel medical medium is bringing through is independent thinkers. He's bringing through this ability for us to care for ourselves without every time a symptom comes up, us having to run to the doctor or ask our friend who's a nurse or anything. And of course, obviously, or I think most of you know that I am a nurse. I've left the hospital, but I still have, I'm practicing in a different way now, in a more holistic way, which I absolutely love. And I'm doing all of these practices because they've worked for me. So you may not know this about me, but my whole life I've had acne. You probably have if you've seen me. I have eczema as well, which still flares up from time to time, but mostly when I'm not eating good. More on that in a second. I used to have UTIs all the time. I used to get headaches, horrible seasonal allergies, sore throats on the regular. I mean, just kind of a lot of these chronic symptoms where they're not even so bad that I needed to run to the doctor, but it could totally impact my quality of life. So what medical medium has done for me is it's given me these tools that, okay, I start to feel sick. Like say my throat starts to get sore. Well, before I knew about medical medium healing, I would probably be like, oh, I might have to go to the doctor soon. Oh, I'm going to lose my voice. Oh, I'm going to be sick. But now I have these tools. So for example, if I got a sore throat, the first thing that I would do is I would go into my medicine cabinet, which is basically a lot of supplements that are medical medium recommended from high quality distributors. And I would take my zinc out and I would squirt 3 or 4 dropperfuls of zinc. And literally my sore throat will normally go away. Now, if it doesn't go away, I'll do zinc more throughout the day. I don't overdo it on zinc, and I always take zinc on full or at least have some food in my stomach because it is irritating to the stomach. Again, I'm not telling you to take zinc, but I'm just telling you what I do. So normally I'll take zinc once or twice. My sore throat will go away, and I can continue on my life with high quality without having that annoying scratchiness. Same thing goes for my acne. My acne, which is awesome now, but used to flare up a lot, especially when I would get my period and stuff. I've been practicing the Liver Rescue Morning, which is the lemon water, celery juice, and smoothie for probably 2 or 3 years now. I'm not an everyday kind of person. I like to go with the flow. I'm very easy loving. I don't not eat anything. People ask me, well, what don't you eat? Well, I don't not eat anything, but I'm aware of the things that are going to bring my symptoms to the surface. And so I'm mindful if I do eat them, but if I want to feel good and I don't want to have symptoms, then I avoid those foods. And through practices in the cleanse or other type things, I'm really successfully able to do that. So knowing about the medical medium material, it's not, a woo-woo out there thing. These are concrete, practical tools that you can implement from your home that you can purchase, administer, do all the things. All you need really is a juicer and a blender, and you can even get away with just having a blender, although I'd highly recommend having a juicer. Juicers and blenders are the healing tools of the 20th century, and food is our healer. And that's really the big thing that medical medium is connecting us to right now. He is reconnecting us to the powerful healing qualities of our food. And we have to really look at our food, what we're intaking, because most of the time we are not intaking nutrition. You go to a fast food restaurant. there is no nutrition in that fast food restaurant. And so actually a lot of the food we consume is more of a weight on the body as opposed to actually being what it's supposed to be used for, which is fueling us. You'll notice after you eat, especially any kind of high fat meal, right? You're tired, you want to go to sleep. Well, that's because that food is weighing on your body. And it's probably because you're not eating the right foods. And not to say, listen, I'm the first one. I love having myself like a chicken sandwich or whatever. I have my things, but you can start to get really more intentional about the food you eat and what foods you want to bring into your life and how you want to spend the rest of your meals of your life. You know, do you want to spend them eating foods that are lower quality, lower vibration, and lower frequency? This is a vibrational universe. Foods that grow in your garden are of the highest quality. And food, vegetables, fruits, they grow with you in mind. This is like something that people really need to know and bring into their healing toolbox. Even if you just have an herb garden, you don't need to have a huge garden. I know a lot of people come see our garden. It seems huge and massive and hey, Carrie. But that's not really what it's about. You know, the foods grow with you in mind. And also as they're growing, just spending time with them outside, that increases your vibration. And the whole key to healing is increasing your vibration. And so the tools that Medical Medium brings forward, those are just tools to increase your vibration. And there are many different ones. For me, I have to eat every day anyway, so why not choose foods that are going to heal my body and manage all these chronic illnesses that we all have? Chronic illness is widespread across the nation. There has been no decrease in statistical numbers of chronic illness. Diabetes is on the rise, heart attacks are on the rise, everything is on the rise. Obviously, there's a pandemic going on of some sorts. And so, what we really need to look at is not what is the bug. We need to look at what is our strength in our immune system. Are we strong? Are we caring for ourselves? Or are we creating an environment in our body where we're so susceptible to anything that comes along? And for as many people that have had issues during this time, there are many people who have not had issues during this time. And it's an important thing to know that all beings can thrive in any environment. It's just a matter of the decisions that we make on a daily basis. And so bringing that back to Medical Medium, he's not asking you to give anything up. He is really just trying to reconnect you with what used to be our healing medicine, and it's food, and it's our fruits and vegetables. And as much as, there are a lot of theories out there that fruit's bad for your diabetes or that vegetables or nightshades have unhealing properties, I just feel like that's not true. And I don't know how you could even prove that personally, because I feel like there's so many factors that go into really any kind of study or condition that it just isn't, it's just hard. It would really be hard for someone to say, oh, it's nightshades that cause this problem. So, so take into consideration, maybe not everything we've been taught about food is true. And if you look at the way that our food chart from the government has evolved over time, we used to be told to eat so much grain, so much meat, and so much dairy. And I think without going against any traditional viewpoints, thanks, Tim, I think it's pretty safe to say that we know, even through scientific studies, that dairy does not help with chronic illnesses. Gluten and grains do not help with chronic illnesses. And meat, I think is pretty obvious, does not help with chronic illnesses. So we just really need to take into consideration the things that we're putting into our bodies. And I really encourage you, if you have any kind of chronic illness or symptom, whether it be acne, common UTI, strep throat, eczema, these are just a few of mine. If you have pain in your joints, anxiety and depression, the food you're eating, they are going to add to that. Now, it doesn't seem like food would be related to anxiety and depression, but it absolutely is. Caffeine, soy, natural flavors. We have no idea what natural flavors are. And because they use the name natural, that doesn't mean that they're natural. For example, an example of a natural flavor in a certain product that you have, it could be the anal gland of a beaver, could be a natural flavor. And that's probably a nicer thing that I've seen on the list of what natural flavors are. So One of the things Medical Medium will encourage you to do is turn around your boxes, look at your drinks. There's natural flavors in everything, I promise you, which is why I really encourage you to get your own blender, get your own juicer, start making your own fruits and vegetables, source from a high quality source, find your local farmers, grow some of your own food. These practices, not just in the eating of those foods, will it strengthen and heal you, but it's also in the just getting to know your local farmer. Where is your food source? If the food supply system shut down, if gas, I'm not trying to scare anyone, I'm not coming from a fearful place, but say the long distance trucking was not reliable, which it really isn't, where would you go for food? Get to know your local farmer, support your local farmer. They are going to play a role in your healing journey as well as possibly just in your normal sustaining journey if these long distance trucks are not able to get to the places that they need to get to. It's just not a very reliable system anyway. So, and through the putting your hands in the dirt and connecting with the earth and remembering why we're here on this planet, it's so important to revisit why are we here. We come into this lifetime, we get thrown into school after school after school, we get told what to believe, and we don't really ever have time to question those beliefs. And so through my journey, I've questioned a lot of beliefs, especially around health and healing. I worked in the emergency department as a nurse for 6 years, and I was asked to do things that were not only unethical, but also unsafe. And I also knew that the treatments I was giving to my patients were not going to provide long-term healing. They were mostly going to provide symptom-managed care. So, you can manage your symptoms in a lot of ways, but I would say if you're going to do it and you want to do it right and you want to actually start healing, not just symptom managing, I would go with medical medium healing. And that is something I've practiced for years. It works for me. I'm not the best at changing my diet. I'm not the most disciplined, but I've slowly implemented it over time. I picked the things that I liked. I picked the tools that resonated with me. And that is really how you go about it. The healing journey is for you to go on. All these people, medical medium, energy healing, meditation, cleanses, these are just tools. So you need to figure out what tools work for me, what conditions, problems am I going up against. And also remember, any physical condition or problem, that is just a physical manifestation of something that is in your spiritual, mental, or emotional field. So don't take anything too physically. I know for me, if I'm getting eczema, I'm usually irritated, annoyed. I might not be speaking my truth. I might be feeling held back. And now it might not manifest that quickly for you, and you may not see a correlation, but really start to think about what are the things that impede your quality of life and what are the steps you're willing to take to not only improve your quality of life, but put you on a healing journey and then also put you into higher alignment with who you really are, because that is the whole point of healing. The whole point of healing is to put you into alignment with your highest and best self, so that way you can take this time, this gift of having a lifetime on earth in a physical body, and you can do all the things that you planned before you got here. Do you want to spend your life doing things you don't love? No. And it's time right now to be creative. What do you want to create? What do you want your daily life to look like? For me, when I left nursing and started my own business, the first thing I looked at was, what do I want my life to look like? And for me, using the medical medium tools, I needed time in the morning to prepare juices and smoothies and water. And you can see I'm double fisting this morning. I had a session for my aunt's company, which was awesome. But yeah, so, these tools are simple. You don't need to know a lot about them to apply them. They're not dangerous. They're just fruits and vegetables. Pharmaceuticals have a very small therapeutic window. When I was in the hospital giving certain medicines, I knew I had to be extremely careful with my dosing, making sure the patient wasn't on any other medicines that would interfere. And again, always talk to your doctor. I'm never saying don't do that. If you use your doctor as part of your healing team, absolutely talk to your doctor before changing anything. But these tools are so simple. They're at your grocery store. They're in your local farmer's hands, or they're in your backyard, and they will shift your life. You don't have to live with chronic pain, chronic acne, chronic eczema. There is no such thing as a disease that cannot be healed. It just takes you making the choices that are necessary to heal those things. And often that means changing your life. So I just wanted to do a little quick video on why I love the medical medium information, why it's so empowering at this time when I think a lot more people are questioning Western medicine and questioning pharmaceuticals. And so it's important to feel like we can question Western medicine, because if you don't have any other healing tools, you're really not in a position to question, because if you need healing, you need to go to your doctor, you need to go to your hospital. And of course, we always are going to use those beautiful tools we have. It's such a gift to have Western medicine. But is that system really serving us as a society? And is it sustainable? I feel it's much more sustainable for us each to take the time to care for ourselves, to grow a solid foundation, grow strong immune systems, grow a loving nature, and grow beings who are in alignment with themselves, not being told what it is that they're supposed to do or how they're supposed to be or what healing looks like. And now I'm not here to tell you what your healing journey looks like, but I am here to share my healing journey. And I'm so grateful for my dad having cancer. He forced me to look outside of the box, and I obviously have chosen the outside of the box. It feels great to be outside the box. I'm the freest I've ever been. And I'm healing because I'm in alignment with my highest self. And my highest self's alignment was not working in the hospital my whole life. And that doesn't mean that wouldn't be for someone else. But for me, that wasn't my highest alignment. And when I started to look at my life and look at the choices I was making and how it was contributing to my long-term sustainability, health, wellness, and happiness, it was hard. It was emotional. I cried a lot. I still cry a lot. But everything is coming to the surface at this time to be healed. And so I just want you to know how powerful the medical medium tools are for me. I can't say that about them because the FDA wouldn't like that, but I can say for me, these tools have changed my life. They're so simple. They involve some discipline, but you can always just do practices. That's why I do cleanses. That's how I practice. I practice via cleanses. And I just want you to know that you don't have to suffer, and that you don't only have one healing resource in your life, you know, a doctor or a nurse or whoever. There are so many routes out there. I've explored so many of them. So even if medical medium healing doesn't resonate with you, you know, just I have a lot of other tools in my toolbox. Energy sessions are incredible. I can do them over distance. I did one last night. It was amazing. It might have even been better than an in-person session. And it sounds crazy, but just in general, we've been put into this box of belief systems, and it's really time to look at those conditioned beliefs and be willing to explore other things, because the systems of this planet are not sustainable, they're not loving, and it's just a good time to look outside the box. So I'm here for you if you have any questions. I love the medical medium. I love his healing tools. I've used them to heal UTIs, acne. I had a friend who used his tools to heal Bell's palsy, you know, and also just with all the stuff going on with Maxine and all that stuff. I just want you to know there is no fear that you need to have. All can be healed. It's just the willingness to make the decisions, the willingness to step outside the box, and the willingness to love yourself more than the thoughts, feelings, and actions of other people, society, and the world. So I hope you enjoyed this little Instagram live. I felt really inspired to share. I love what I do now. I'm so passionate about it. I could talk for hours. So if you have a topic that piqued your interest, please go to my website. I have these free Feeling the Water sessions because my company's name is Surfing Waves of Light, and Feeling the Water, it obviously goes with that. It's so corny, but I loved it and I had to do it. So yeah, just talk to me. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just stoked. You can ask all my friends. I give everything away for free. I'm not trying to like make money off of you. I just want you to know that if you're suffering, you don't have to suffer. And if you want some peace of mind or you want to learn just how to get there, there are so many tools that you can just implement on your own. So love and light to you all, and to anyone who joined and listened, super stoked. And I hope you're having a good day wherever you are. So I'll see you soon. Bye. Although I don't know how to shut this off.